Okay. So I think when first we discussed, there are a lot of things
Yeah,
changed
yeah,
now.
yeah.
uh, I think I would have,
Lots of things.
yeah, many things changed as of now. I have changed my style of viewing the market also. So let us go. I will take index chart only because there won't be any marking on index chart. So that will
Yeah, yeah,
start.
yeah. No worries. No worries.
Okay. I have simply changed several things, bro. That is what I wanted to say. Uh, I wanted to see only
So I
this.
think initially start with considering me that I don't know that much.
Okay.
So lots of things.
Sure, sure, sure. Sure. Okay. So nowadays, what I'm looking, no. So if some sort of down movement and retracement and down movement. Okay. In that case, I will mark my uh, order block here.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will be looking only these areas from this impulsive, from the starting point, this to here. I don't see any previous price actions. I don't see any kind of x and y z and all. I just see only
Mm,
this now. So what is my expectation is price will go up, tap here and come down. This is the only expectation I see. Whatever time frame it can be in 5 minutes, it can be in 15 minutes, or it can be in 1 hour, whatever. I only see as soon as this kind of down move and up move and down moves happened. This is my valid POI. I don't look, even though if I have POIs, or even though if I have demand supply zones here, I don't look these and all. I only look this. My first priority is only this. Sometimes there will be a supply zone here also. I don't care.
yeah, yeah. I think he's a rally based rally, something like.
Yeah, I don't care. I
Uh,
only look the extreme one. I don't look for these and all, this and all.
you are seeing only high probable.
Yeah. uh, and I'll show some examples. What I will do is I'll take daily time frame first. uh, I look for swing points. I think you
Yeah.
know about.
But are you recording this?
I don't know, I think.
If yes, then you will share later me.
I will do anyways. I think it is recording. Let me check.
If you are recording, that's great. In after finishing all things, you will, if possible, send it so I can recap again.
Ha ha,
That's
yeah, sure. I think it is recording, bro.
okay. Fine.
I'm not sure. Recording. Ah, yes, it is recording. Recording.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Do you know about swing points? I think we have
Yeah,
discussed
yeah.
about swing
Swing
points.
point, I know swing point that is, according to me, the
Hmm.
previous higher high and next low.
Hmm.
This like the tractor, like no.
Right, right, right. That's one. That's this like this candle,
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So what I will be doing is in daily time
Mm-hmm.
frame, I will be marking these
Mm-hmm.
levels. Only the 3 bar pattern. This 3 bar pattern only I will be marking, like here.
Okay, fine.
Say for example, I'm in a daily time frame. uh,
Okay.
I see a lot of price actions here. There's a down movement, there is an up movement. I don't care about all these things. First of all, because I'm a day trader, I don't want to look past 1 week or 2 week price action. I don't want those information.
Yeah.
So what I will do is whatever happened in recent days, that is a very important thing for me. Here, if you can see this price action, what happened here is there is an up move, there is an up move, and what happened is it took some retracement and
Yes.
again it gone up, right? So this is the one information I have got now. And what is the other information is, here is a swing point, right? Here you can see the swing point, some sort of, not clearly, but there is a reversal point here, right? So there is this reversal point is broken here by this impulsive move. This impulsive move is broken this reversal point. Also, if you notice here, some reversal point here, and I mean a swing point here, and this swing point also broken here. So for me, it's saying that in daily time frame, the highs has been keep on getting broken, right? This high is broken here, and this high is broken here. So for me, in daily time frame, I am bullish in Bank Nifty.
Exactly.
Okay, even if you see here, it look like bearish, right? From here, market fell down and prices retracing here, right?
Yes,
In overall time frame, overall picture, if you see, it is a down movement, a impulsive down movement, and price is reversing, I mean retracing here. From here it will touch and go down. Like that only we will be assuming in a higher time frame perspective, in a daily or weekly, I mean the overall
higher time frame scenario. Higher time
yeah
scenario is looking like bearish, no?
yes, overall time frame it's looking like bearish, but we are not sure whether this going to be reverse from here or reverse from here, or it's going to break this level, can go bullish also. We don't know that yet, but what
know
we
that,
know,
right?
yeah, what we know that is presently the price action is, price has broken the major uh, swing point, I mean major reversal point. So what you can expect is, as soon as the price broken the highs, it can go for retracement, right? Somewhere here it will retrace, then it go up. That is what our expectation in a daily time frame.
Okay.
So as of now, we have in daily time frame, in overall daily time frame, we have bullish scenario because it's broken the previous high. Since it's broken the previous high, it will come down little bit for retracement and then go up. This is what our expectation. It will come down here, or it can touch here, go up. It can do anything. We don't know that. It can touch here or it can go up. So we can simply first expect sells and then buy. This is our I mean the present scenario for Bank Nifty. Okay, but we are very much keen about buying, not selling, because the counter trend is always risky thing. So I will be looking only buys either at this demand zone. It can be considered as a demand zone. See, it's broken the structure and it look like a rally, a base, a rally, right? So I'll be looking from buy here, but that will not happen immediately because price need to come down here, touch here, and it should show some confirmation to go up. So only then we can take buy entry. We cannot simply put our limit order here. Yeah, at the same time, what can happen is, the black line is kind of support and resistance line, right? Here it acts as a resistant, and resistance is broken, and price is tapping here. Price can still go up from here. We don't know that yet. From here also it can go up. Instead of touching this demand zone, it can directly go up. That can also possibly happen. So our key area in daily time frame is, this is one area, and other one is this resistance zone. You can consider this as a complete zone. These two areas, from these two areas, price can go up. Simply what I'm looking at here is, I'm looking at the latest impulsive move and the latest break of structure and the demand zone. I don't see any these previous price action. I don't see this price action. I only concentrate this price action. I see this for supporting, for confluence purpose only. Because previously it's broken the high, and now also it's broken the high. So I have some confidence that price can still go up because it's keep on breaking the highs. But my trading range is only this. This is my trading range. Inside this impulsive move, I will be expecting some kind of retracement. From there, I will be buying. So this is my daily perspective.
Yeah, daily perspective. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. And now, what I will be doing is I will be directly go to 1 hour or 15 minutes, or even sometimes now I have been trading.
Smaller.
Yeah, I've been trading in even in 1 minute's time frame. Earlier, I used to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
say you that I don't trade in 1 minute, but nowadays I've been trading in 1 minute with very much confidence. So based because of this
That's,
methodology I'm following.
oh,
So
that's great.
yeah, I'll be going H1, for example. Here, so let us understand this entire price section here, from this down to this up. One moment, let me delete this line. This go to daily time frame. Mark this as a this is the daily demand. I'll mark in a gray color, and this is the impulsive move. This is the daily impulsive move till this point. See, I am taking from swing to swing. If you can see, this is a swing point and this is also swing point. I'm taking like that. Okay, and I will change this color to blue for our reference purpose. And this is my resistance line, daily resistance line. Now I'll go to 1 hour. So now I arrived my bias in daily time frame that I'm going to only buy from this demand zone or from this the support and resistance line. Now what I'm seeing in H1, you can see here price is falling. From here it fell down here and retraced up and fell down here and it retraced up, and now what I'm expecting is it will fell down again and it will go up here. From here I will be looking for sell, even though it is a demand zone. Since I am a day trader, I need only 200 or 250 points for Bank Nifty.
Intraday.
For intraday. So what I will be doing is I will be selling from this area. Why I am selling from this area? Because it has, first of all, it has some sort of supply zone here. Some sort of supply zone here, and also it has a resistance line, the higher time frame resistance line. I mean support and resistance line. So this would be a potential area for I'm to take sell, because I cannot wait a price to come here and show some buying pressure. I cannot wait
Yeah,
for it is too much for me. We are still in
too
a
much.
H1
Yeah.
time frame. Our market is
Yes, yes,
opens
yes.
only 6 to 7 hours. So I
Yes,
cannot, yeah, I wanted to
hours.
capitalize each and every moment. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah, in Monday, what I will be expecting is Monday, anyways, you will be having gap up or gap down opening. So you cannot capture the each and every movement. One day, what can happen? Price can directly fall. I mean, gap down. It can come directly here. From there, it can go up. It can go up. So it can create gap. So we cannot trade based on gaps since
Yes.
large players are active as soon as the market opens. So we cannot take this trade. But in real time scenario, I mean, the practical scenario is as soon as price break this level, it will come down. It will come up again. Break again. It will come up again here, and from here we can look for sell at least to this low. From here we sell, and here we can book our profit. How much point is? It's around 400 points. It's really huge. Okay.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it may not happen, but at least we can aim for this low. This low could be working.
Yeah, we can aim for that.
Yeah. So now this is my H1 perspective. Okay. Now my daily perspective is I'm gonna buy from this level. So this is H1. It is a counter trend, right? Because my higher time frame says it's only buys, but I am taking sales here. It's a counter trade, so it's a risky one, but it's well rewarding because you clearly know that price will react from only from this level or below. Somewhere here also it can react.
Yes, yes.
So price has to travel from here to here. So we are capturing that travel points.
Travel zone. Right?
Yeah.
Travel points.
Okay. Now, since I let us go into daily time frame. I am looking here is whenever you open the charts, just look for an impulsive move first. Impulsive move here. This is an impulsive move to upside, and this impulsive move is broken the previous swing high. So point number one, you have impulsive move. Point number two, you have the impulsive move broken the major swing high. Okay, and point number three is you have to look for a the order blocks.
Yes.
Okay, point number four, you have to wait for a retracement. And point number five, you will look for the confirmation here and buy from here and targeting this high or even more. So first you look for impulsive move and just check whether that impulsive move is broken any of the structure. You don't care about all those the old price action. Just look for an impulsive move, whether the impulsive moves break in the structure. I mean the major structure like this major swing point. If it is broken, then look for the demand zone or supply zone, whatever it can be. Mark the level. It can be two also. Sometimes this you may have a demand zone here also. Two demand zones also you may have. That is not a problem. Because we are not going to put our limit order here, or we are not going to put our limit order here. We are going to wait and see whether the lower time frame confirmation is there or not. Only then we can take entries here. So it can be two demand zones or it can be three demand zones. Doesn't matter. We will be keep on waiting for the reactions at our demand zone. So we are marking our impulsive and we are marking our breakup structure and we are marking our order blocks. And we, as soon as you marked all these things, go to lower time frame and wait for the price to come here, or wait for you can either wait for the price to come here and take buy, or you can capture this down movement first. So you can do any of these tools. So and one more thing, it is not always you need to check from daily and H1 and go to M5 or M3. You can still use this in a H1 itself directly. For example, I'm deleting everything and I'm going to H1. What I'm seeing here is an impulsive leg here, right?
Yes.
This is an impulsive leg, and this is broken this structure, right? And the demand zone is, you have to consider this entire candle, I don't, because it's a very big candle,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
This is your demand zone, right? Or you can now this is your setup. You will be waiting price to come inside this level, and do some kind of
Direction or any confirmation.
yes, some Wyckoff confirmation or something like that. From here,
Sometimes it will create divergence also in that zone, no?
you can use divergence also, RSI divergence or price divergence. That is, see, the lower time frame entry is completely is up to you. But I'm using only one method. I will tell that also. If it is suitable, you can use that also. Many people use differently. Some people look at only Wyckoff, some look at the divergence, some look at the volume and take the entry. And for me, I use only the lower time.
There are lots of ways, but actually we should know what is working. That's main important.
That's
Thousand ways, but just we know which is working.
Mhm. I can say that market structure, the lower time frame structure is working really fine for me at least. Not only me, many people using that, and also Wyckoff. People are using Wyckoff in lower time frames. As soon as the price reach their order blocks or demand zones, they will be looking for the Wyckoff. Or for me, I will be looking for the breakup structure, 5 minutes breakup structure or 3 minutes breakup structure. Based on that, I will take the entry. We can see any say like let us see here. This is the same 1 hour time frame. I see the breakup structure here. I see the impulsive move. Okay, here I have continuous down candle, so I need to consider at least this as my demand zone, the last one.
Right.
Okay, but price didn't came here. Price
Yeah.
just tapped here and gone up. It didn't touch my level. So this is also happens sometimes. For that, we can say here you have the imbalance in between. You can see here. You can see the imbalance.
Can we consider gap also as imbalance?
Yes,
No?
yes. Gap is an imbalance. Gap is nothing but an invisible candle, right? Here a candle is there.
Right.
So invisible candle with invisible bullish candle here. See, this is a bullish
Yes,
candle.
yes. That is
So
also strong bullish, like no?
yeah. So obviously you have imbalance. So price is reacted from this imbalance. You can see here it touched here and gone up. So this is also
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
In this case, we can check this how we could have captured this entry in lower time frame. We are in a 1 hour time frame.
Okay.
Let us go into 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Let us go into 5 minutes. Here it is just tapped, and what happened is it's gone up, right? In a 5 minutes. Now look at here in 5 minutes, you have this is a swing point, swing high, this is a swing low. This swing high here is broken.
Yes.
broken by this impulsive move. This is an impulsive move,
Yes.
right? And you still have demand zone here only, right?
Yes.
Some sort of demand zone here. What happened is price just broken this high and it retested. It is basic price action, break and retest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it touched
Yes.
here and it's gone up. And later, what happened? Price came here and touched this demand zone. Somewhere near it's touched. Because you are not sure which this demand zone work or this demand zone. You can consider this entire as a demand zone. In that case, you here price is already tapped here and gone up. And it came again, tapped here, came again, tapped here, and gone up. So in if you can go further low in 1 minute. I think data is not available. Okay, I think data is not available. So let us stick with 5 minutes itself. So like this we can interpret everything. So let us delete everything. You can just take 1 hour and just look for an impulsive move. Let us look into the downside here. Here, this is an impulsive leg, right? From here to here itself. It's a huge impulsive leg. And it's broken this structure also in the H1 time frame. And you have different zones here. Like you have here, this is one of the supply zone. And this consolidation also kind of supply zone. And this gap also kind of supply zone. You don't know which one it's going to react. And you know about the Fibonacci, right? Fibonacci tools have.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Exactly.
So I will do one more thing is I will consider the Fibonacci also only 50% level. What I will do is I will mark swing high to swing low, and I will be only selling if price above the 50% level, and I will be only buying if price is below the 50% level. So that is how I work. So here the price is approaching to above 50% level, and it filled the gap here. Now we have marked this. We have a impulsive down move, and we have a potential order blocks here. We don't know which order blocks going to work, so we'll immediately go to M5 or M3 or even M1. So what I'm seeing here is first I have the gap here. This is the first POI. What happened here on this day, 7th of December, 8th of December, market opens with the gap up. You can see, I guess, market opens with the gap up, and it inside that our POI level. But what you are seeing here in 5 minutes, there is a breakup structure.
Yes.
Right?
At a smaller time, right?
Yeah, smaller time frame. There's a breakup structure, which means price still want to go upside. We have that one. One thing is clear now. Even though it is a supply level, price still wanted to go up. So you cannot immediately sell here. You cannot put your limit order for sell, even though it is a valid gap or valid supply level. you cannot look for sell. So what we can do is, as soon as it's breaking the structure here, this is the last bearish candle. This is an order block, right? This is the order block responsible for this breakup structure. Because in a lower time frame, it is your impulsive move. It is your impulsive move, and
Yes.
this is your zone responsible for the
That impulse.
yeah, impulsive move. And what happened is, price came here and it's broken through the level below, because I think some sort of liquidity grabbing is happening here. Even though you have the zone here, you should not put your limit order here. You can still wait for
Yes.
the breakup structure.
Confirmation.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let us go in 3 minutes and see how this is. 3 minutes or 1 minute. I think it will show the data. So, see here, it fell down. It's broken our level. It is not broken. It is wicked through. Broken means a candle should close below. It is just wicked through, and it's it gone up, but it didn't break this level. It didn't break this level. It broken only at here. This candle only is broken. It is kind of ranging inside this level. So for me, the breakup structure happened here, and this is a valid order block. Yeah, you can take the 50% level, and you can mark. It is better to mark below this level, because here also it is how much? It is 47 points. It's still huge. For me, I will take maximum 40 points as a stop loss. I don't take more than 40 points. So my always my
Yes.
entries will be in 50% level. This level only I will take. So my stop loss will be count from this middle level to 40 points. So 50 points or 40 points. So here I am slightly my stop is hit, but I am pretty much safe here. So my stop loss will be here somewhere.
In option, it will be more than 20. No, I think 25 point top loss.
Options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Options is a different scenario, but yeah, that's right. It's more than 20 points. But here, and I'm talking about futures only. So
Okay.
whatever I feel that 20 to 40 points is maximum stop loss. You can quote. You don't need to quote more than 50 points. So because most of the times my stop loss will be 30 points or 25 points. So that is really good thing. I mean, good risk reward ratio. So you would have taken entry here, and you can aim this level.
Yeah, that is also, I think, 1:3 almost.
Yeah, almost. Okay. So this three thing is enough. First, you check the impulsive, and you look for order block here, and you look for breakup structure here, and you wait for the price to come your demand zone.
Hold on.
Yeah, the demand zone or order block. From here, you look for the confirm lower time frame confirmation and buy, and aim for this high only, maximum to this high only, this impulsive. And as soon as you taken the profit partials, you can continue to run the remaining partials. But for me, in Bank Nifty, this is more than enough. This point is more than enough.
Bank Nifty moves almost daily range. Minimum range is 300, 400 points.
Yeah.
So we are getting enough 100, 200 points. That's all.
Yes. 100 points itself a very good thing, I guess. 2,500 rupees. That is very good for day trading. So this is, I have restricted myself to this level. I am not here, and the liquidity and the imbalance or everything comes under this OB. So that we need to look whenever you see.
Simple. You are following this only.
Yes, this entry point is, this is very,
I think you are used all the complexities.
yeah. You don't need to look any other things. Just recent price action. Even if it works in lower time frame also. Let us see here. Let us see. I'm in a 3
So
minutes
go
time
to
frame.
1 minute.
I will go to 1 minute.
1 minute or 1 minute, or if possible 2 minutes.
2 minute I don't have. We'll check in 1 minute or 3 minutes.
Okay.
See the recent price action here. Here, see here, an impulsive rally, a base, a rally. Right, this is complete impulsive move. From this swing low to this swing high, I am taking. Okay, and you have confusion here because you have a demand zone here. You have a demand zone in the middle. Okay, you don't know whether this gonna be work or this gonna be work. You don't know that yet. And you are also having some breakup structure here. Here, sorry, here you need to consider this is a breakup structure because this impulsive move broken this high, and this high is also, this impulsive leg is broken this high. So this is something different. And you have a demand zone here. So see here, you touched here, shoot it up. How much in a 50% level? If you have taken your entry is a 50% level, what is your stop loss? 20 points, 27 points, 30 points, maximum 30 points. And see how much it given. It is around 100 points. 100 points given.
It is almost 1:4.
Yeah, 1:4. That is enough for us. We should not greed. We should not get greed.
No, exactly. That is too much. If we are doing consistently, that is end of the month or end of the week, that is too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. And the one more thing here is you cannot take more than that 100 points because see here, this is an impulsive move to downside. And this would be over order block for sells. So if you are taking entry here at this black line, so you will be forced to close your entry at this level, and you can take sell entry from here. You can take sell entry because there is a breakup structure here. This is a, from here you can take sell, and this time this given huge reward because you have equal lows here, and you have a demand zone here. So you can still expect the price to come at least to this level. So this is really huge comparing with the previous one.
Too much.
150, yeah, 150 points. And this is also taking a 50% level like this because this demand zone is like this. 50%.
Almost 1:7, 1:6, 7.
Yeah. And stop loss is very.
Actually, the game is also all game is based on this rewind reward. How much you are losing and how much you are gaining.
So it works in 1 minute time frame, but it may not work also sometimes because it's all probability.
Even it is not working sometimes, that is okay because we are losing too small.
Yeah, 20 points, 25 points is not much comparing with 100 point stop loss. So
Brother, I seen lots of people are placing the minimum 100 rupees stop loss.
so that is a huge mistake actually, I have to say.
Yeah, that is huge mistake, but still to the point they come to know
Hmm.
they lost lots.
Hmm. In this case, we can lose at least 4 trades. Just like this, 25 points, 25 points, 25 points. We can lose 4 trades. If you win only one trade, we can uh, get back all the money we
Uh,
lose in 4 trades.
Recovering all the losses. Yeah.
Yeah, recover all the losses.
Even
So,
even our risk reward is in this way we are
hmm,
having even a 50% accuracy. Still we are in.
yeah. So, this one you see here, this is a losing trade. So there's a breakup structure here. There is an impulsive move here to downside. So you'll be looking for order blocks somewhere here, either somewhere here or from here, right? Uh, what happened here? Say we have taken our 50% because since it's a 1 minute time frame, you can directly put your limit order here. So we are selling from here, for example, short position. So we'll be aiming to this low or this demand zone here.
But actually that is mitigated, no order block.
Which order block? This one you're saying, middle one.
Uh, uh, uh,
This down movement you are saying, right? This small down movement.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Where you took entry.
yeah, it is mitigated, but for me, at least it should mitigate 50% level. Only then I will be considering it's a proper mitigation. It can
No,
touch here and
I am saying
hmm.
we should consider order blocks of the impulse move, no, which the broke the structure.
Okay.
I
Sorry,
am
I'm sorry.
confusing at
I'm
the
sorry. I'm sorry.
middle order block.
Even I confused because there is an impulse move. It's already broken this level, right? So you cannot take this.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
See,
Got
this
confused.
could be like this, right? Then it is okay,
Hmm.
right?
That is okay. That is okay. That's what I am saying.
Uh, so, anyways, it is broken. So this is not a valid one. Okay, I cannot take this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is
Right.
this
We
is the
should
valid.
consider. That is valid. All in between we are getting something rally base rally. That is
Rally.
also order block.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can say this is a order block, right? This is order block,
Yeah, exactly. What
right? Because
exactly, exactly.
drop base or drop, so it's a supply zone.
Yeah, yeah.
So here, okay, let us take this entire zone. Here, even if we'll be selling from here, right? At 40% level, like this.
Losing 20 points.
So we are losing only
I
20.
think if we are considering 1 minute time frame, not more than 24 points stop.
Yeah, that kind of system we have to develop. So if you are taking trades in 1 minute, we should not place a stop loss more than 20 points. So that we have to take. We have to add in our trading plan. So that will be also good thing that we will not lose more than 20
No,
points.
I think I am thinking whatever things I I am thinking that how much our time frame we are trading that decides our stop loss.
Hmm.
So I think 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute is a good risk reward time frame.
Mhm. So you are saying that we can consider 20 points for whatever below 5 minutes, right? Stop loss.
The 20 to yeah, yeah, 20 to 30 points, that is enough. But
Mhm.
order block should be order block also will be created for 40 points, 30 points of order block. The 50 of that is 20, 25 point, 30 points. That's
Okay,
not more than that.
I get it what you're saying. This is in this case how much is this? It's completed 50 points order block. This entire zone is 50
Yes.
points.
Points
So
order.
yeah, we can reduce to 50%, or some occasions we can take complete 50 points, but again it is too risky. So
Yeah.
it is better to stick with 50% of order block. Uh,
Yeah, that is better.
yeah. So here
That
we
is better.
still losing 20 points.
95
Um,
points.
but we can take here, we can consider this as a breaker block. If, as soon as it's broken our stop loss, we can look for buy entry here, maybe at top to 50% stop loss, placing stop loss at 50%. And this is also I do sometimes. Uh, I take from entry from the top of the order block, and I will place my stop loss at 50%. So that also sometimes I do.
You are saying that if we got stop loss, then we can see for a opposite direction
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah. Here this block is broken, so it considered as a breaker block. So we can take buy from here, and we can aim for at least to this level. This level. Say this is our original supply zone for this impulsive loop. Okay, so here we will be looking for sell. Say we are looking for 50%. So this is tiny order block actually. This itself 20
But
20 points.
that order block, right. That order block
Yeah,
broke fastly. Broke fastly.
yeah. We lose money here, but it came here down. We could have taken buy here, and we can aim for this level 65 points, which is very low actually. At least we can recover this stop loss. For that we can buy here.
Yes.
But this is a correct order block.
This broke the previous structure. Then we will consider this also order block again.
This one,
So below that.
this one is same.
Yeah,
This
I'm
one is
saying that.
order block. This is also order block. Yeah, this order block, because there is an impulsive move. This is the impulsive move is broken. Impulsive move broken, and this will be your valid order block. Even if you are taking buying here, buys here, you can clearly see here there is a momentum to downside, the divergence to downside. See here, prices keep on making lower highs. It cannot break above this level, or it cannot break above this level. So we can identify that price is shifting to the downside. So we'll be looking for sells from this level is optimum, in my opinion. This entire area is a supply zone. Entire green candle is a supply zone. So even if we take 50% level here, so our first entry would be here, pointing to this this order block. And we may not take this second entry, because since it's already mitigated the 50% level, so I will not be taking this trade. But even though it's a very good trade. So
That is
160 point. So see, we still managed to get the same in our first trade, but see the price action, it is kind of consolidating, and it will be give a headache to us. But here it's a clean downtrend, clean impulsive move. So, but since it's mitigated 50%, we may not have we may not have courage enough to take this trade. Even
have you marked this order block?
this order block?
That trend line, sloping trend lines order block. The sloping trend lines order block.
This order block you're saying.
Yeah.
What you're saying? This
How you mark means I'm not getting that.
how you mark? Oh, you asked how I mark. Simple.
How you consider the high of that order block and low of that order block?
See, this is the last green candle, right? This is an impulsive look. This is the last green candle. There's a breakup structure here. Okay, I taken this entire green candle first, and I have also have yeah. First of all, this it is not always exactly the green candle. Some sort of buys
Okay.
happened here also, this week also, right? So
Okay.
since we are in a lower time frame, I would consider this low also, the previous candle's low, as well as the this candle's high. Not only this green candle, but also the highs and lows of prior candles. Since the prior candles are higher than this green candle, that's why I considered this entire zone. That's why I consider, and I consider this is a 50% level. Some people, what they do is only they mark the green candle, but
That's why I asked.
I don't, because why? You can see here there's a wick here, means there are
That is also considering. Yes, that is also considering as something there.
yes. So that is the reason I took this entire thing. And and this is also something our risk also involved. It is 50 points only. So anyways, I'm going to take 50% level. So what is I'm not going to lose anything. That's why I consider this entire area here. How much is this? Just 28 points. So 30 points is more than enough for me.
That's good.
So it is always safer to play. What some other people do is, no, they'll put their stop loss in this high only. They'll put their stop loss here, and they will take entry from this level or 50% level. So
that will increase our risk only.
yeah,
Nothing to get lost on that
and
like this.
that's also, some people believe that putting higher stop loss, they are safe. They are thinking like that.
No, actually that is doing the mistake.
Mhm. So so this is how I have changed my perspective. I have been trading like this, but I can say that I have refined it a bit in an easy way. So
That looks like too much easy to observe and think all things. It will take give a good time to take trade. It is
yeah,
not that much complex.
and I would be keeping the higher time frame bias in my mind also, because that is also important thing. Say daily time frame, I have still bullish bias and market bus, but now in a retracement stage, it is retracing. So it is selling, even though it is bullish. We have bullish bias. Currently, it is selling. So we'll be looking capture that sell thing first.
Yeah.
So this picture
What do you
will be
think
in my
any
mind. Yeah.
What do you think any break of structure happens
Mm.
that will go into sell or buy side again? If any
So,
structure break, then it will move downside to retrace. I think most of the time.
no, I'm not able to hear you properly.
I'm saying that if any structure is break,
Okay,
now you mark something, mark here the high is broke.
right.
It will come down again most of the time.
Yes, correct.
And as you said, we can think for sales as per that logic.
Yeah. See, you know that every highs have the liquidity, right? Every highs and every low has the
Ah,
liquidity points. That's the reason price as soon as break the highs, it is reacting to the liquidity, it is coming down. So it has to come down. Only then we can say that there is a liquidity above here. uh, Otherwise it may continue to go up like this. uh, Yesterday, and I think day before yesterday, one guy asked me the same, asked me the doubt, how I know the price will fall from here or it gonna shoot up from here. Like that he asked
mhm,
me. I told him that simply that if price broken the structure, it has to come down, because you know that how much money involved in this impulsive move, how much money uh,
mhm,
in this impulsive move, and how much money is involved in this break of structure. There are people buying, buying,
mhm,
buying, buying, and they broke the structure, and they exhaust at some point of time. They don't buy at some point of time.
mhm,
They start selling, at least to the
mhm,
some demand level or some imbalance area or some support and resistance level. So it has to happen. This is called cause and effect in a supply and demand. If you ever studied the supply and demand courses, they say
yes, yes, yes.
supply and demand, cause and effect. There are three laws,
Cause and effect.
yeah, involved there. So they bought from here. How long they can bought? See, it's almost 5 to 7 days. 7 days they have been buying, so they need to book at least profit. So for that the reason only it is selling from here and it retracing from here at least to the demand level. So we cannot predict 100% it gonna fall as soon as it is break the
Yeah,
structure. But
that
in a
cannot predict the 100%, but we manage the risk only. That's
Yeah, yeah,
the thing.
that's right. Because price action works like that only. It has to retrace at least 50 percentage level of this impulsive move. At least that's why the
Mhm,
Fibonacci is handy for me. At least 50 percentage level, it has to come down.
mhm,
See, it is perfectly
mhm.
matching with your demand zone here,
Order block. Yeah,
order block,
exactly.
right? So you can at least expect 50 percentage. Only then the market makers or smart money consider that below the 50% is the cheapest price for them to buy. So they will be buying from
Mhm.
only from this level. So yeah, as soon as break the structure, you can expect
Yeah,
sell.
I think as you said, they are buying below the 50 and selling above.
Yeah, yeah. If you are buying, you need to buy from below 50% level, at least 50%
They
level.
understand what is cheap and what is expensive, what is cheap and what is expensive. They know that
Hmm.
properly.
Uh, uh, I think ICT inner circle trader that course. He explained this the premium and discount level very properly. Uh, he considered
Because
this as
you said,
huh?
what you said,
ICT inner circle trader.
such a inner circle trainer. Okay.
Hmm.
What
He
he, what he thought exactly, what
uh,
discount and
he thought he teach about this premium and discount levels. In Fibonacci, say we're drawing Fibonacci, no, it like this. So what he is saying is the below 50% is a discount level, and the above 50% is a premium level. So let us understand above 50% is a higher price, and below 50% is the cheaper price. what he thought, ICT Michael Huddleston, is if price is coming like this, coming down, so we are impulsive move. We are obviously in a downtrend like this. If we are obviously in a downtrend because there is a breakup structure here. So
Yes.
you will be selling only if price goes above the 50%. If
Above the 50% of that impulse move.
yes, impulse move. Yes, perfectly. This is an impulsive move. And if prices goes above the 50% of impulsive move, then you will be selling from here. Suppose you see some kind of reaction here, you should not sell because it can be consolidation, or it may not be an effective sell. If it goes above 50% level, only then we need to sell from here. I think you heard about the golden ratio of Fibonacci, right?
Yeah, golden ratio 68 something.
Yeah, 61.8 and 70.5 level, 70 is 8.6 level. There are people using the Fibonacci level. The logic behind the Fibonacci level is this premium and discount concept. This we consider as a premium price. This is our premium price. This is our discount price. Or discount level, you can call it any like that. So you should not sell from this level, discount level. What you can do is you can buy from here, counter trend. You can buy from some order blocks here. You can buy from here, and
Anyway, we can say price broke any structure. It has to come its 60 level or 50 level above.
At least
Like
50, at least 50%.
At least okay.
See, as soon as you mark the impulse, here we have this is an impulsive leg. Let me tell it out. This is your impulsive leg. You just take your Fibonacci, just a 50% level. From here to here, you just mark. Okay. So you know that because it's break the structure here, so you will be buying, only buying, right? So if you are buying, you should not buy inside this level because it's a premium, it's a higher price level. You have to buy only 50% or below 50% levels.
Yes.
Here only you need to buy. Then only it is a optimum level. If you are we humans attracted to the discounts. Like if you are purchasing anything online, we'll be in Amazon, we'll be looking for buying from big billion days or that kind of some offer days only we used to buy because the prices will be cheaper.
Human behavior nature is we attract for discounts and offers.
Yeah. If you are go to the Reliance Trends, they will be giving. There are so many coupons, and we'll be happy to purchase from there. Only then we can utilize that coupon, discounts, offers. So many things are there giving. So everything is applicable to here in markets also. We for us, I mean. For market makers, the 50% is the just a second. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing.
I think some network disconnect.
Yes. Network little weak sometimes.
So say this is 100. This is this low is 100, and this high is 200. We cannot buy at 180 or 160. That will be really huge. At least we should buy above, uh, above 100 or near 100 level. So that is why the 50% level is, it's an optimum level. We should buy from this optimum level. We should sell from this optimum level only. You can see some selling example here. If we see here, simple. So there's an impulsive leg. See here, there's an impulsive leg, and price came up to this 50% level and fell down. So they just crossed the 50% level because we have some sort of zone here, right? Supply zone, something, some demand zone, flip zone. It is a flip zone, right?
Maybe in smaller time frame, if that impulse move, there is the rally based rally.
It can be. So that is also there, but it is, you can use this as an additional confluence because we have some sort of rally based rally here. The
But
rally,
one question is here, but already it is mitigated, So how we can
which one you are saying? This zone you are saying?
yeah, that one.
What I'm saying is, this is an impulsive leg. So you have a zone here. This zone is broken here, right? Zone is broken here. So now it is act as a, it is not a demand zone, no more it is a demand zone. It is act as a flip zone here. So if price came here, you can sell from here. This is something called Quasimodo, or something called head and shoulder pattern. This was a this was a intended demand zone, but the demand zone was broken here. Now it is, demand zone is no longer valid. Now it can be considered as a flip zone or a breaker block. It is not an order block. It is not a supply demand zone, or it is not a bullish order block. It now it's turned into flip zone or breaker block. This zone. Okay. So we have confluence for flip zone. We have confluence for 50% Fibonacci level, and we may have some lower time frame confluence, as you said here, some kind of drop base drop zone, something.
That's what that.
So every other confirmation saying that you can go bullish, go bearish, you can take bearish entry, sell entry from here. So this is how the 50% of Fibonacci works. It works amazingly. It is not Fibonacci is working. It is not golden zone. It is not 16.828 level. It is the simply the logic behind this Fibonacci is premium and discount concept. Everyone want to sell higher price and everyone wants to buy lower price. So that logic only is operating here, not the golden zone or not the 16.8 level. So if you want, we can check other any other stocks also. If or we
So
can,
specifically, Bank Nifty is enough to.
yes, Bank Nifty is enough.
Bank Nifty, I'm only focusing on Bank Nifty and practicing.
Okay.
Yes. What else things you watch for further confirmations or
Further for lower time confirmation, I look for. There is a term, I think you might know that. It is called stop hunt, break of structure, or BMS, and RPO. Have you ever heard about this?
No, I'm not aware of.
You are not aware of this. This
Stop
is
hunt, stop hunt, somewhere I listen, but I'm not sure what exactly that about that.
okay.
3 times I'm not aware that much.
Okay. Whatever I told you from the from this today's session, I didn't ask about the stop one. I just talk about BMS and RTO. It is nothing but there is an impulsive move. There is an impulsive move and retracement and impulsive move and retracement. Right. This is how it works. This is an impulsive move. BMS nothing but a break of structure, break of market structure. Here this BMS, and RTO is nothing but return to origin. They say this is a supply zone, right? What we say RTO is return to origin. The price broken the structure and it is returning to this origin. So from here we will be taking sell entries. What will be there here?
Sell entries.
Yeah, sell entry. Here you have BMS or break of market structure. This is our order block. Return to order block or
Origin, right?
block. Okay, or origin. Origin, whatever you can call, just a naming.
Yes.
What is the most important thing here is suppose if we have stop hunt here, for example, you have some sort of supply zone here, say for example. So it would be like this only, right? Right. This is also order block, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. You will be say this is our supply zone. If this is not touched here, it say it is coming here, you will be taking cells from here, right? You'll be taking cells from here, you'll be aiming for this low. But what happens sometimes, it will go up and take this stop loss. It will go above this level. So if you are seeing such levels, such kind of scenario, you have order block here. If you are seeing the stop hunt here and break of market structure here and return of origin, return to origin here. If you see this kind of setup, this is most valid setup. This is very important setup to take the sell entry. This is accurate because as soon as price touch here, it will definitely go down. It will definitely go down. You can 100% assure that. Why? Because here you know that there is a liquidity here because it's a high, swing high. So price broken this level first here. There is a break BMS, and you will be waiting for RTO, right? See, this is also BMS, and you will be having some supply zone here. You'll be waiting for price to come here. You will be looking for sell here, but sometimes the market maker is know that people are looking sells at this level. So they will be putting their stop loss above this level. So we will hunt their stop loss. So they hunt our stop losses. So whatever the candle responsible for this the liquidity grabbing or taking stop loss is purposefully created by the market makers. This is called institutional funded candle. The market makers purposefully creating this move because anyways market is falling down, right? Then why they have to go up here and go down here? Because they want liquidity to go down. So that is the reason they are creating this candle here and taking the liquidity here and going down. to the intended direction. The original direction was cells only, but they purposefully creating it as a breakup structure, or they are purposely creating the candle to take the money of retailers. So this this area is most valid because they have bought here, right? Only they in this level they bought, and they I mean they created a bullish candle here. They taken the stop losses, and they immediately created the huge bearish candle. So they purposefully bought here and they sold here. After taking the stop losses, they sold here. So, like, say for example, they bought 1,000 shares here. Okay, for example, I'm saying they bought here 1,000 shares and they sold here 10,000 shares. For example, say if you are buying here, you'll be putting stop loss here, right? If we are common man, we buy 100 shares or 10 shares or 20 shares, so we'll be putting our stop losses here. But the banks are big institutions, they don't play stop losses. They never trade with stop losses because they are not traders, because they are the custodians of the shares, or they are the custodians of the currencies, or they are custodians of the original share certificates. So they don't put the stop loss. They don't trade like this because they don't. First of all, they don't see the charts and candlesticks pattern. They don't see anything. They will be trading based on purely data-based trading. Their methods completely different from ours. So they won't put stop loss until here. Say for example, they bought 5,000 shares here. I'm say they bought 5,000 shares, 5,000 shares, and they sold 10,000 shares immediately after purchasing the 5,000 shares. Now tell me one thing. If you buy the same area, say you are buying 10 shares, because you see the impulsive move, no? You see the breakup structure. So you are buying, you are a retail trader, you don't know, you are trading based on indicators. So you are buying 10 shares. Okay. So you will be waiting, okay, price is going up. But immediately what you are saying, the bearish movement. So your stop is hit, right? Say you lost around 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees you lost. Okay, because of this big red candle. So you lost 1,000 rupees. So they are also bought here, right? 5,000 shares. They are also will be in red, right? They are also will be in loss. So they don't put stop loss. They will be in huge loss because 5,000 is very huge. They've been huge loss. Say they are in 5 crores. Okay, 5 crores loss. Just an example. And they immediately sold 10,000 shares. Here they made 10 crores profit. Okay. Now they will not simply leave this 5 crores loss. What we will do? Okay, our stop is hit. We lost. We will look next trade, and the next trade we can make money. So for us retailers, loss is loss. We cannot recover on that same day or on the particular day. We may recover in future, but the loss is loss. But for them, this 5,000, the 5 crore loss is not a loss. They still can recover. That's why as soon as they sold here, they are bringing the price to up. So now they will at least exit on break even. As soon as it touched here, they will bring the price to come down. What happened here is whatever they bought this level will be say they bought 5,000 shares at 100 rupees. Okay. And they sold 10,000 shares the same 100 rupees. So this position they will be in profit. This will be in loss. But when they bring the price back to the RTO area, they will exit either at 100 rupees or 103 or 4 rupees, 5 rupees, maybe 105 rupees. Now, this is also profit. This is also for either break even or a profit. For time being, they will be in loss, but eventually they will exit at 100 rupees or 105 rupees. They will close the position. So eventually, the market maker will be in profit. So that is the reason they are bringing the price to upside. So now in having this logic behind, we can clearly take entry from here, right? We can clearly take entry from here because we know that they are mitigating their losses. They're bringing this impulsive move to upside because to reduce their losses or gain some little profit or exit in a break even. So we can clearly know that if we sell from this area, we can definitely make money. We can definitely follow their footprints. So the stop and break of market structure RTO. This setup is really good setup. If you see such kind of setup, you can definitely take the trade without any confusion. So what I additionally look apart from this stop and BMS RTO, I will look for lower time frame confirmation. Lower time frame break of structure, lower time frame order block, entry. This is I additionally look.
You are not looking for any option chain and all those things.
Yes. When this setup is finalized, I know that price has to come this level. I will wait patiently for price to come here, or I can take counter trend here. Here I will be taking counter trend. Like this. So that is up to you, depends upon how you are, say, like this. Like this, I will be buying from here, or I'll be wait price to reach this level. Say this is a hourly order block. As soon as it's reached this level, I will go to 5 minutes. I will look for some sort of breakup structure like this. If some sort of 5 minutes breakup structures happened here, then I will mark lower time frame order block here.
Right.
A lower time frame breakup structure. And here I'll put my stop loss here. My entry at 50%. This could be a very good trade. Very good sell trade. I will aim for this low or even this demand zone level. At least this to this low. To this low. So whenever you
listen something, flow something.
Sorry?
Or something order flow. I listened something order flow something. What is that actually? Do you know something? Order flow something.
Order flow.
Mm-hmm.
Order flow is nothing but the same concept. Uh, you are getting with this, no? This is okay for you?
Yeah, I'm okay with
Okay.
that. I got.
Okay. Order flow is nothing but see now in a daily time frame, as soon as you look this entire chart, okay, you are opening the chart and you're seeing some price action here. What you're seeing, whether it is bullish or bearish, just by looking at what you're seeing. Bullish. What I will see here, the breakup structure here. Breakup structure. And this is the high and this was the low. This low is not broken yet. Only this high is broken. So I will be looking only buys. My perspective is only bullish. Okay. So the order flow of the Bank Nifty is bullish, and you can still that uh, you can you can check by impulsive legs and retracement legs individually. So here what you are seeing an impulsive move and a huge impulsive move. It broken the structure, huge impulsive move. And what happened next? Broken this structure, right? It's broken the structure and it came back and mitigated some order block, and again it's broken the structure here,
Right.
and again it's keep on broken the lows, breaking the lows, which means as whenever the high is broken, whenever high is broken, we used to say is bullish. Whenever the low is broken, we used to say is market is bearish, or we are in uptrend or in a downtrend, right? The same is for order flow. As soon as the lows is broken, we are in a bearish order flow. Our order flow is bearish. Order is flowing to the downside. Orders, people are keep on selling. So order is flowing to the downside. If order is flowing to the upside, we will say the bullish order flow. So the logic, the only the naming is different, but everything is same. We are saying in other in Elliott wave, we used to say it's an uptrend or downtrend. In Wyckoff, we used to say is markup or markdown.
Or so that someone guy naming Vishal something, Vishal Kumbar something. He having any software, so he's seeing something order flow and bias and this and those all things.
Okay. Uh, for me, it is simple, bro. It is simply breakup structure. If it is
Yes. Simply
in a
we are speaking low breaking and high breaking.
yeah,
Right.
we are checking that in a higher time frame. That is the only difference. Order flow is nothing but, say you are in a weekly time frame. What is your weekly order flow, weekly time frame order flow? If someone asked you, then you can simply say that in a weekly bias, in weekly my bias is for Bank Nifty is still bullish because it's broken the structure here. This low is not broken yet, and this high is also not broken yet. So what price currently doing? Price is broken the previous high and it is going down. It is not bearish order flow, it is retracing, right? Because if the price is broken this low, previous low, major low, then you can say price is a bearish order flow. It can come up and it go down, but price still between in this range. this high within this high in this low. Earlier it was in this low, in this low to in this high. Right? Earlier,
See price from where bounced this price? The imbalance, 50% of imbalance, I think,
uh-huh.
correct, bounced from 50% of imbalance. So
Which one was saying?
this weekly chart. This whole little, this one, which impulse broken the previous high? That I am saying imbalance.
Here you are saying this candle,
Next one.
this one.
Yes, exactly.
This imbalance you are saying, right? You can consider complete order block, including the imbalance. Yeah, it is 50%, I guess. Let us check. It's below 50%. It can be exactly in golden. So it's 16.8%, and it touched this level and shooted up. Okay. What I was saying is, you have here the breakup structure here,
Right.
and this was the low responsible for the breakup structure. I mean, string low is responsible for the breakup structure, and it was a new high is created here. So as soon as it's break the high, you can say that market is in a bullish order flow in a higher time frame. In a weekly, I have bullish bias because the weekly order flow is bullish. Like that, you can say. If this break, if somehow this impulsive leg is broken, this means then you can say that my order flow bias is getting changed. I think I'm expecting some bearish order flow. Like that, you can say. So order flow is nothing but how price is reacting, how whether price is breaking the highs or lows. If it is breaking the highs, then we are in a bullish order flow. If it is breaking the low, we are in a bearish order flow. That's it. In a higher time frame, we are using the order flow, the terminology order flow in only in higher time frames, not in lower time frames. Lower time frames, we simply say that it is a bull run or bear run, or it's uptrend or downtrend. Order flow is something for the higher time frame perspective. Everything is same, just naming is different.
Yeah. Lots of terminologies are same, but their definitions are almost same.
Yeah. So now Bank Nifty, we are in a bullish order flow. We can clearly say that this is low, this is the breakup structure, and this is the new high. So now you can apply that same our logic. This is a huge impulsive move, and you have different demand zones. Here you have demand zones. Here also some sort of consolidation is going on, so you can consider this entire as a demand zone. So your whatever we discussed today's session, it happened. It's an impulsive retracement, and we'll be going up. And this is also below the Fibonacci 50% level. Perfectly,
Yes,
everything is
exactly.
same. Yeah, you'll be buying only at below 50% level. So that is what happened. People are started buying at in this demand zone below 50% level. See the huge impulse, 4,000 points movement. They will be know this logic. They can easily capture this. So
What do you
these
think?
yeah, sorry.
What do you think about candlestick patterns on these order block levels? Think
What
about
pattern?
them. Candlestick patterns like something hammer, like those all things.
Candlesticks
On
patterns. Generally, I use 3 candlesticks patterns. I don't consciously use those because I'm not looking at those things nowadays. I see the pin bar. Pin bar is I see this as a stop hunt. We have this stop hunt or liquidity grabbing. So the pin bar is most important for me. Candlesticks pattern and engulfing pattern. We know that this is a order block candle, right? I mean order block. So as soon as we have some engulfing patterns like this, so I know that this will be order block. I will be waiting for the price to come here and go up. So the engulfing pattern, I give importance to the engulfing pattern. I give importance to the pin bars, and I will give importance to the inside bar candle. There is an inside bar candle like this.
we call him it as a harami, like something.
Harami or something. I don't know the names and all. I use simply these 3.
Yes, exactly.
This is right.
Yes, I also thought that these something 3-4 candlestick patterns were excellently in buying market. 1 minute of time. 3 minutes.
Okay, this could be. So these 3 patterns only I use, to be honest. But I don't look consciously looking for these patterns. For me, this pin bar is.
No. Can you see them as a 1 minute time frame? How you are looking them?
Oh, okay, let's see. So here you have inside bar candle. Even this is your zone. Here it is broken and it acted as a flip zone here. See? We'll be buying from here, but it is broken. But as soon as it's broken, it came back and touched here. From there, it acted as a flip zone. It fell down. So we could have taken sell entry here. This is our engulfing candle. So I don't use this. It's an alone because it's an engulfing candle, but also we have here market structure break.
Right.
We have impulsive, and this is also order block. Okay, but this is failed here, or you can say if you are considering this an order block, I will be taking entire candles because this is an inside candle, right? Inside bar candle.
Right.
These 2 green candles.
Right.
So you have inside bar candles and engulfing candle, and you have breakup structure. In that case, here you could have taken entry, but I don't think so. It will be because since we take entries only 50% levels, so we might have missed this entry, but it still worked here. See here, there is a 100-point movement. Okay, here it is broken here. This demand zone, our valid demand zone is broken here, and price again tapped this level and fell down. So in that logic it works, but if we have some plans like I will take only at 50% entry at 50% level, or I will be so like that. If you have some plans, it may not work. It may not um, I mean valid entry. It will not be in your favor. Say you take only 50% entry, then you have to wait till this level, and as soon as your entry is triggered, it broke your stop loss. But if you don't have any plans, if you don't have, you're going to take only entry based on the order blocks, then probably your entry would have triggered here and you could have made some 100 points. Let us look for.
That is also all depends on how we are entry criteria deciding.
Yes, completely. It is depends upon completely what is your strategy and how what is your trading plan. So according to only that you can work. We have
One thing more is I can ask you, in which case we can expect a good move of 200 points, 300 points.
which case I'm
Expect.
expecting this good move.
In which case, if I
Hmm.
no, if I am in a trade,
Hmm.
so in which case we can expect a good move of 100.
Okay. See, I only trade based on I trade with trend logic. So I will for me, what is a good setup or what is a good high probability trade? If you ask me, I will be considering only daily POIs, daily order blocks. So whatever daily order blocks or daily imbalance, daily gap, these areas for high probability trade areas for me. Whenever the price approaching the daily order block or daily balance area, I will consider that as a very good setup. From taking trade from that area, it's very good setup. Especially it is a trend trading, not in a counter trend trading. Trend trading in a daily levels or weekly levels or even H4 levels, higher time frame levels, whatever in the higher time frame levels is optimum or very good level to trade with. Even though we can trade with 15 minutes time frame or 10 minutes time frame or 5 minutes time frame, for me, this daily levels are keen, very important levels, and very it will provide you the high probability trades. So that is what I am looking. That's what I am
But
suggesting.
we can say whatever the order blocks or the zones on the daily time frame can give a good. Right?
Hello, hello.
Hello, are you audible? Sorry.
I'm not able to hear you. Hello.
I think it is okay.
Okay. Yeah, tell me what you are asking.
I'm saying that in short, we can say the zones, whatever the imbalance gaps on the daily time frames can move a good move.
Yes. It will give you the good move. Say we can check somewhere here. Let us go to weekly time frame. So in a weekly, you are having a bearish movement, some retracement, bearish movement, some retracement, and bearish movement. And what happened? Immediately, price broken the this high. Now, just see. Let me change the color. Just see. This is some sort of drop, a base, a drop, right?
Right.
and this is your bearish order block. This is your bearish order block. Your expectation is as soon as price came here, price touch here, and it will go down like that. That is what your expectation, but it didn't happen.
Right.
Instead, it's broken this order block. Now, what happened? Price came back at 50% level of this flip zone. Now it is acted. It is converted into flip zone. It is not no longer the bearish order block. Now it is becoming bullish order block.
Breaker block or
A breaker block or bullish order block. So what happened?
Hmm.
Price touched the 50% level. It's gone up. It is
Hmm.
because it's a weekly time frame order blocks. That's why it's perfectly touched the 50% level and it's gone up. You don't have any other confusions here. If you are a swing trader, you could have entered here at 50%. You could have put your limit order at 50% level and wait for the price to go up. So that's why I'm saying most of the cases, the higher time frame order blocks are very, very powerful. Now, here is there's another order block. It's a bearish order block, right? You can say it's a bearish order block because it's a drop, a base, a drop. There is a break of structure here. So it is your bearish order block. It's your bearish order block. Now what happening here is as soon as price touched here, it reacted. It is not even touched the 50% level because you cannot consider here 50% because it's a small candle, right? Small order block candle. You don't have not much body. Only wicks are higher here. It is kind of spinning top candle. So you don't expect uh, price to come out 50% level. But what you are seeing here, as soon as it touched this level, there is a reaction here. There is a huge
Right.
reaction. So
Reaction.
this reaction is 600-point reaction. This is enough for us. This is a high probability trade for day traders.
Right.
So always taking entries in weekly or daily or 8 hours order block or 4 hours order block, it will give you the potential setups and potential risk reward. So I'll be looking these areas potential area.
Right. I got it.
What else we can see here? A weekly order block, and I'm taking this in a 5 minutes time frame.
Mhm.
See here, there is a bullish movement inside the weekly order block.
Right.
It was bullish, and suddenly it's broken the structure here. Kind of, it's breaking the structure here. This leg is broken the structure, and you have a bearish order block here, a bearish order block this one, and price reacted here, touched here, fell down. Again it came up. We can further refine this. Let's go into
Mhm.
1 minute time frame. See here. See, this is a very perfect example. It made high here and fell down, and it's broken the high here, and suddenly it fell down and broken this low. The small breakup structure, but still it's valid. And who is responsible? This guy is responsible. This entire candle is responsible. And if you could have taken the 50% entry here,
Right.
you can at least aim this level. This level. How much is?
Mhm.
Since this is a 200 point 250 points, okay, but you know that this rejection is coming from weekly order flow, a weekly uh, order block. Then in that case you can still aim for the price to go down because weekly order block is a huge it has a huge liquidity. So you can expect at least, just go to weekly again. You can expect at least to this high, previous candle high, this high. From here, you have captured the entry. You can at least aim for this high, at least 400 points, 300 points. You can aim. Now, this setup, the setup itself given the 270 points here itself. If you take entry here and if you exit here, this is itself 200 points. If you are at least aiming for here, then this is again huge, 400 points for the day.
Right.
So that is, anything is coming from weekly, daily, or H4, it's considered to be potential setting.
Even daily also.
Yeah, daily. For me, what I daily, it's enough. You don't need to look for weekly and all. You can look weekly once the price is reaching the levels, because it will take long time to reach the weekly order blocks. Like let us take 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame also you can consider this. This is your extreme supply zone, because here it's broken the structure. Here also it's broken the structure. This is also your supply zone. Or you can consider this as a equal high, whatever, it can be considered as equal high. Now, what will happen? Price eventually come up to this level. You can show some reaction like this. And you can aim at least to this level. But we tend to fear. We cannot hold the positions. Not.
Yes.
So that is the fear factor is there. So for me, for us, 300 points enough for the day. We can go close our PC and go do some other work. Next day we can capture 300 points. We cannot hold like big banks. So that is the one.
You can't hold that.
Yeah. So yeah, in 1 hour also you can use this as an extreme bearish order block, and this is you can use as an extreme bullish order block. There is no need to refine and all. People are used to refine this to 1 minute, 3 minute. There is no need to just take a 50% level. That's it. And since it's a hourly time frame, your stop loss will be higher, 1,400 points. You cannot afford that. You can afford 700 points and all. So you just mark the 50% level, then go to 5 minutes or 1 minute. Look for the breakup structure. That's it. When price comes here, don't take any trades. Just look for this scenario and then take trade from here. Now we can reduce the stop loss. Even if you miss here, sometimes price can come here also. Sometimes it can touch here, this level. Go up. So even we miss that, we have every swing highs and swing lows to take the trades. That way we can reduce the stop loss. There is no need to refine. People are